Okay. 6 o'clock, we're gonna start the meeting, call it to order. Roll call. Mr. Carter is absent. The next item is motion to approve the agenda under 6, financial report. Since we do not have a financial report, can we put the CSFO contract there? Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
Make a motion we approve.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Okay, the next item is invocation and pledge of allegiance. If you'll bow your heads. Lord, we come to you tonight and we thank you for our school system, all of our employees, and as they're off next week, please keep your hand on them, all of the students, and let them have a good time, and be with us tonight in making the decisions that are right for the children, and we'll give you the praise and honor. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the next item on the agenda are visitors. Ward Scott, Morris Architect.
I'm gonna let him talk, it's okay?
That's fine.
Mr. Clemens, do you want to tee this up, or do you want me to just go ahead and start?
I'll kind of introduce, I talked to Jordan, initially I called Jordan about the possibility of drawing something up for restrooms and concession facilities at Jemison Middle School because they're walking across the road. And I said, while I've got you on the phone, I said at Jemison High School, they don't have restrooms and concessions for the baseball field. Is there some way we could possibly come up with something that both football and baseball could use there? And then and the softball being something totally separate. And Jordan said, sure, I'll draw you something up. And I was talking to Miss Calloway. I can't remember what. And she said, I'd love to have something we could look at before we move forward on it. And they said, take it from there.
While he's talking, I'll hold it up and we can pass it around if you'd like.
So, this is the same footprint of building that we have proposed up at Thorsby. So, it would be restrooms for men and women, a concession stand, and then a storage space for equipment and all to be used by primarily baseball here. The way that the football stadium and the baseball stadium are oriented on that campus, it really lends itself pretty well to allowing this facility to have kind of a dual use for both sports. You can orient fencing in such a way that you can close off one sport or the other and still have the building open and accessible for the other sport when you have games. The concession stand is set up in such a way that you would have windows on both sides, so the folks that are working that concession stand can utilize the equipment for both of the sports at the same time, and they can watch the game, and then have a separate secure grilling area outside of that space. We would pave with concrete. The fair portion of this lower end next to the parking lot area, and you would be able to access this and then go either way, and then obviously the football field would come in on this side, and then this is really close to the third base dugouts on the baseball side. Again, this is the same building configuration that we have up at Thorsby, so a fair increase in the number of facilities there, 10 for women, 6 or so for men, and it'll be obviously a nicer, newer building. Any questions? I will leave this with you all just like I left the previous one.
Thank you.
So,
What about the softball?
yeah, softball field.
So, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You can talk about the softball.
So, I don't know if we talked about this.
We did. You told me it was just kind of on a smaller scale, something very similar.
So with the softball, it would just be a single window concession facility, and then about half the number of toilet fixtures. because you're only serving that one sport. Really what would drive this quantity would be football. And so it's really based on the shared facility location. So just like Thorsby, you have football as well on that drives that number. Normally for baseball or softball, you're talking about somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 to 300 people, spectators and all. And so you can get by with about 4 fixtures apiece. So that would be roughly half this size, but it would still have the concession and the storage.
And would keep them from walking across the road
That's
into the school.
Yeah, that's the main thing. But, keeping everything on that side of the road, where are you talking about putting this?
I can't remember where we talked about, he sent me an aerial drawing of it, Miss Calloway, but I can't remember where we had it fitting in.
Okay,
At the softball field, if I'm not wrong, it's at the corner, like over closer to the road, moved over to the corner there.
I'll drop you a board with that one on.
Okay.
So I apologize for not having that.
We, Miss Price, we looked at an aerial, didn't we?
I think it's over.
I just can't remember
at the corner
where.
because of the water and everything running down through that line. And I may be wrong. I don't know. I've looked at so much here lately.
that's why I had the question, because closer to the road, to that ditch, that floods a lot, and I just wasn't sure where that would be.
And we would have to verify all of that in the survey process. And obviously, make sure we're not building on top of utilities, and then they would be able to
Right.
verify all the flooding requirements.
I got a couple of questions for y'all too.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're gonna have to haul dirt and fill in at Thorsby.
Yes, ma'am.
If we had another spot that we needed to haul dirt to, would it be cheaper to get it done together at the same time?
Yes, ma'am. So, if you have, borrowed location that we would get dirt from, or if we needed to take dirt to, then if the board, owns a piece of property that has either of those, if it's identified, then we can get that dirt. If it's borrowed, then we could get that dirt tested and make sure that it meets all of the specs and everything like that, identify it, and then the contractors would utilize that at no cost of material for the project. So it would be a cost savings. We actually did that up at Moody, on their recent site package. They had a borrow pit across the campus. And then as far as if we're doing a project where you're hauling dirt out, then a place where they can dispose of that material, that's identified, also would be something that they would consider, and we just identified it in the specifications.
Okay.
I don't think that's what you're asking, though, is it, Miss Price?
No, but he made me think. I mean, we've got that property that's got that big old pile of dirt that they had that chair sitting on. We won't go there. I'll just hush. But I'm talking about filling in another spot with dirt.
Okay.
But you answered my question there. Now I got another question. We went the other day, some of us, to see Kevin Duke's Career and Innovation Academy in Hollywood, Alabama.
Yes, ma'am.
And y'all built it?
Yes, ma'am. Well, we designed it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would y'all be willing to come back down here and share that design with us?
Absolutely. Yeah. We have a very extensive presentation documents for that project. So plans, renderings, photos, all of that. So
All right.
Happy to do
If you'll get with Mr. Clemens, I'd love to have y'all back to share that.
it. Okay. Yeah. Happy to do it.
Did y'all go up and visit that the other day?
Yes.
It's something that really.
Yes.
It's a real feather in our cap. So it's a great facility.
Well, they gave y'all tons of compliments because Mr. Clemens drilled them and they said they wouldn't have used another architect. They wouldn't have changed anything. I mean, yeah, it was nice.
Well, you all just let us know when we need to come back and do that. We would love to be able to have the screen because we've got lots of media, a whole lot more than one board could ever get. So
Okay.
happy to do it. Just let us know.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions?
Jordan, is this something you wish
No,
to
sir.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Jordan.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hadcock.
Thank
Bill.
you.
Thank you.
Good to see y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right, the next thing is, the CSFO. I was able to work out the contract. I stayed under budget. I think I told y'all, starting salary, then when her master's is complete, she would get another bonus, and then at the end of the year, After ASBO, Mr. Clemens, whoever evaluates with a good evaluation, another $2,000. And then, option of training if she thinks is needed in there. So, do I have a motion to accept the contract and hire the CSFO?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
I'm going to abstain.
Okay, all in favor? Am I supposed to announce who it is? I think they know who it is. Do you want me to announce who it is, Mr. Clemens? I mean, I don't mind, whatever.
I said,
It's, Ms. Wright. Isn't that your last name now? Ms. Wright. I was thinking, oh Lord, I've done said it wrong. Okay. All right, the next item is personnel. We have A through D. Under retirements and resignations, there are 5. Under classified, there are 2. Under certified, there are 2. Under leaves, there are 7. And substitutes, there are 2. So can I get a motion to approve A through D under personnel?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor? Okay, the next item is E, motion to approve the following job description, mathematics coach. Please add the following job description to the board meeting for approval. This position will be paid on a 10-month teacher salary schedule. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor? The next is F, job description, library media specialist. Motion to approve the following job description. And as y'all heard Mr. Clemens say, the state has changed it, so can I get a motion?
Make a motion.
A second?
Second.
Any questions? All in favor? Okay, the next item is G, attendance recovery employees. Motion to approve the following employees to work attendance recovery. I believe there were 2. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second? Any questions?
So what exactly is this?
we had the attendance recovery date set for our students to basically, we used to call it Saturday school, and we have one administrator that works, and
We just had all the other ones approved at the beginning of the year, but these two have been
they were new hires.
hired
Okay.
after that.
Okay.
Just want to add them as a possibility in case we needed an administrator.
Gotcha.
All in favor? Okay, the next is H, long-term sub. Motion to approve the following long-term sub.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor? Okay, the next is consent agenda. We have A through L. The minutes, LaCroix Career Tech quote, disposition forms, the Arts Council, credit recovery plan, summer learning camp, CCHS gym doors, Jemison High School field trip, MHS out-of-state field trip, spring vaccination clinic, CCHS volunteer cheer, and a volunteer coach at CCHS. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion.
And a second.
Second.
All in favor? The next is 9, Verbena Baseball Field Lighting Project. A motion to approve the project 24 through 100. Verbena baseball field lighting. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Okay, it fails. Old and new business. I need to put on here Ms. Price. She came in for the 3 days that we approved, but she was working with the auditors and Ms. Wright to get them some stuff that they needed. And she's been back another day, so Mr. Clemens and them needs her to come back to amend the ESSER funds. So do y'all want to go ahead and approve 10 days, up to 10 days they could use whatever they need, so we don't have to keep bringing it back to the table? So I make a motion to approve up to 10 days for Mr. Clemens and Ms. Wright to get Ms. Price in as needed. Can I have a second?
It'll be at that previously agreed rate, daily rate of pay.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor? Okay, then I have some questions. The floor at Thorsby Lunchroom, is it still on schedule?
Ms. McKinney, we
For them to
received an
answer.
email, and, would you mind telling her what the flooring people told us about Thorsby?
She said that she ordered it and it's been on back order, and they hope that it comes in Thursday of this week, and they will be on schedule, but if it doesn't come in, I mean, she can't guarantee that it will come in, so she will work with Ms. Dutton to schedule that at her convenience. But if it comes in anytime between now and Monday, I think she said that would be on schedule.
Okay,
But, I mean, she said that they just keep pushing it back, so she wanted us to be aware. She said that.
She said she needs five uninterrupted days to tear it out and install the new, and the material still hasn't come in, so she has to get it by Monday to get it in by spring break.
all right, well, if it comes in, can those lunchroom ladies have some help moving that stuff out? Like men, maintenance, or somebody?
I don't see why not.
Because they got filing cabinets and,
I don't see why not. If
She
they,
just needs to put in a work order with maintenance to come
Yeah.
and help if the store tells her that it's available and ready.
okay.
But I'll talk with her tomorrow.
All right, the other things how far is Jemison Middle School in meeting their completion date? I know I've been asked, and I think Ms. Callaway has. and-
I get a thing from the architect firm, and it says like what the percentage should be and what the percentage is, and it is not at 50% yet. Now, if you drive back there and look, it looks like a full building, but I want to say it's 40-something%.
So if they run over, we are gonna get,
I don't know the specifics of the contract, but ordinarily that's how most of our contracts are written, that they have a completion date and that there's a penalty if they don't have it done by the completion date. But we've talked to Ms. Mims and Mr. Ellison about some kind of plan for, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we will have to have some kind of plan by August if it's not completed. Don't know what that looks like. Don't know if that's Connex trailers or, I don't know, but we'll have to have something in place for their boys to use.
wasn't the completion date sometime in April?
I'm not sure.
It was. And what percent are they at?
I want to say the last one said 40, Ms. Callaway. But it's kind of like building a house. The shell goes up and you think everything's going good, and then it just stops.
All right, did you check on the years of service for custodians and lunchroom workers?
I'm waiting, Miss, I don't see any reason why we couldn't budget to do that. Special education could be a problem because it's gonna affect maintenance of effort, and we have a number of people where that might be issue. You're talking about giving years of service from
Yes, for
other
custodians and lunchroom
from other
workers.
systems. It should not be a problem with custodians and what was the other one?
Lunchroom, C&P.
Lunchroom workers. That should not be a problem. We just, it's gonna need to come to you in the form of a motion to amend that and say, we're gonna agree that we're gonna give years of service for that. We just need to make sure we can make it work with special education.
And did we find out if C&P can pay more for their subs?
Of that, I don't know. When did you ask me that?
2 months ago, I think,
What,
or 3 months ago. Well, nobody wants to sub in the lunchroom because the sub pay is so low. They'd rather, I mean, they'll quit subbing there and they're subbing for teacher. Is it changing and going up? And how much do they get? Yeah, but they get 110 for subbing. So nobody will help them in the lunchroom. And the other thing, have you ever checked on, something with the principals? You was gonna bring us something back for the principals?
about in-school suspension?
No, about their pay, when they was, oh, you was gonna look into that.
Yes, ma'am, and, there, I know you know that legislation was passed to give them the stipend. And it's supposed to be funded, and we really need to wait and see if that's fully funded and how many of our principals are gonna qualify for the additional amount, because it could be a substantial amount. And so we really need to wait to see if the legislature is gonna release that this year. But that's, I should have you something on that before the end of the summer, after the legislative session ends. We should know that.
Okay. Anybody else got anything?
I do. When schools or classrooms or whomever run out of brooms and mops and things like that, can they get that from maintenance, or how does that work?
Every school is given a maintenance budget, and they manage that maintenance budget. Now, sure, we can provide them with more, but each individual school gets a budget from maintenance, and they can go on Home Depot on the website and they can order mops and brooms and anything like that, anything that's on that master supply list.
Okay, I was just asking because I had a parent to contact me about a school having a supply fundraiser. Asking the community to donate cleaning supplies and mops and brooms and all that. And they wanted to know, was this not
And it
provided for
compromised
by
some
the
lives
county? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could tell me what school it was, I can find out more information for you.
You want me to tell you now? Just wait.
No, you, when we get done.
Okay.
But Mr. Freddie started that last year, actually year before last, where we send a budgeted amount to each individual school for them to buy cleaning supplies and things like that.
Okay. Because I know it probably had changed since I last worked, so.
And all that would go through the principal. The principal would order those things.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else? Okay, the next item is superintendent's report. A motion to approve an overnight trip for CCHS baseball.
Make a motion.
Second.
Are they leaving before school gets out or after?
And it's during spring break, I believe.
Oh, is it? All right, all in favor? Okay. The next one is B, inventory software, Divot Access. Motion to approve the purchase of the inventory software. I'll make the motion. Can I have a second?
Second.
Any questions?
Assume our new CSFO approved and is on board with this?
Yes.
Sir, and it's actually, Sheree, correct me if I'm wrong, actually, the majority of that cost is not the software. They're gonna send a team to inventory all of our fixed assets. And the software is a small portion of that, but I think Sheree is in approval of doing that.
You're good with that? Okay.
Well, our SS, it all complies with the auditors, yes. Any other questions? All in favor? All right, the next item is lawn care bid. Motion to approve the bid for lawn care.
So moved.
Is there a second? Okay, that fails. The next is grant electronic funds to be deposited in school bank account at JHS. Motion to approve the electronic funds to be deposited into the school bank account. May I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any questions?
Is this not, I mean, why is this coming to us for?
It was a grant, and that's the only way they will do it, and we don't have automatic deposit. I mean,
I thought it had to be
electronic.
deposited here though,
Yeah.
and then dispersed.
Well, it's gotta be electronically, I don't,
The grant was awarded to a teacher at Jemison High School and
Oh, not
not
the
the
school
system.
or board.
It was awarded to that individual teacher,
Okay.
Selride, and they have no way of, that's the only way they award the grant, and we currently have no way to do that unless we allow it to be electronic.
do what now?
It's awarded to the teacher for public use, correct?
Correct.
Correct, yes,
Correct.
yes.
It's not a person, no, it's not a person.
Like, wanna make sure it's
to her-
public funds
her and
once
her-
it hits
her
that
and her
account.
institution.
Yes. All in favor? Okay, do you have anything else, Mr. Clemens?
I would like to make a recommendation that we accept the proposal presented by Ward Scott Architecture and bid that project out for construction, the one we saw tonight.
The concession stands?
Yes, at both, and include the middle school facility at Jemison, well, I say middle school, but Jemison High School uses it, but it's located on that middle school end, and I would like to ask permission to bid those two projects out.
All right, let me ask you, well, give me a motion. Have I got a motion for that?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it. So he said it's the same one we're using at Thorsby. Have we already bidded that one out? Was it along with the baseball field, or
It's
should we?
It's being drawn to bid. It's a much larger project, so it's not gonna be, there's a lot of dirt work with that. We've already voted and awarded them the architectural drawing, and then they're currently bidding that project out.
They're bidding the concession stand out?
The whole softball complex is out for bid right now. They have to finish the drawing, and I have to bring it to you to approve to put out for bid. They're in the process of drawing that facility right now.
But what I'm getting at, he said they were using the same drawing for the concession stand up there, so would we not get a better deal if we bidded them all out at the same time? The concession stands?
But that
I think you're
concession
saying
stand
that
is
is
part of
already
the
part of the
project.
big project, it's already.
Oh, so it's already part of the other,
Yeah.
okay. All right, any other questions? All in favor to bid this? Okay, anything else?
I don't have anything else other than to let everyone know that our mental health coordinator, Miss Lindsay Payton, is having a program across the street at Jeff State about social media and technology in junior high school students. So if you have the chance, if you want to run by over there, that's where I'm going as soon as we get through. It's a really good project. So.
Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
On that